Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's 1:05 p.m. Mountain Time, Monday, October 14, 2019. You have to excuse me, man. That's winding down the football season. Tomorrow will be our last game, and kind of started my new job, and it's funky hours. I'm just now getting up and start my day to go to practice and then do the funky hours again tonight, but got to grind to get it, right? Hope everybody had a hashtag you weekend. I hope everyone had a good hashtag you weekend. Hashtag weekend you grow. I know that sounds cheesy, man, but it's important to kind of develop that habit of using the weekend, if you don't work over the weekends, or even use any spare time that you have to identify who you are as a person. Moving forward, humanity needs you. Identifying who you are and who you want to be is important for humanity's purpose moving forward. I want to use this time to kind of just reiterate some things. Again, I hope everyone had a good weekend. Now, I'm going to be as brief as I can. I'm not going to promise you anything. Now, we in a rabbit hole, and we're coming out of rabbit hole, so I'm going to get deeper back into the rabbit hole. Sometimes there's these little tunnels that we'll veer off on. So, now the reason for the podcast, The Power Circle, is really kind of to create a conversation. The data and the way that things are unfolding show that we are transitioning from the industrial age to the age of knowledge and information. With how society is being set up, commercials, TV, advertisement, along with some education systems, we've been pre-programmed to really kind of live only at the surface of who we are as beings. What is required is an awakening. I'll tell you briefly my story and my journey from the past 10 years. Opiate use and abuse, meth use and abuse, to sobriety. And as I said earlier, I kind of started a new job, man, and I'm working with some awesome people, dude. I'm gonna keep the name sealed, but it's insecurity, and some of these people are freaking amazing. And like, I don't know, I was my trainer and I were talking over a lunch break, and I'm not shy about my life, man, and my path. And if you know me, you really know I'm not really shy about a lot of things, but nonetheless, he and I were sharing each other's story up to this point of where, we finally met. Ironically, we were on the same energy path on spirituality and vibrations and all that stuff. And so if anybody knows how weird I am with conversation like that, you could only be a fly on the wall to really know how deep we got. My first day of training with this guy, man, he's awesome. And, we got to talking, and I told him, one of the problems I'm running into is kind of really trying to be that hand or that voice for anyone stuck in addiction. And I asked, I was like, how do I talk about that conversation without trying to sound like someone's dad, or how do I talk about that conversation from a place of hope? And he just told me, share your experience and just leave it at that. Don't be condescending about it, Don't be arrogant about it, and he's right, So at any point that I feel like I'm being, if any point that you feel like I'm being condescending or arrogant, I apologize. My ultimate goal is to be an example, to be someone there can be that voice. I'm not in the job of stealing anybody's choices. If you have a choice to want to continue how your life is currently and you see no problems, by all means, man, do you. and even if we don't align on living the same lifestyle, and you see where I'm beneficial on something that you need, give me a call. Give me an email, coach.mystic2018@gmail.com, 580-583-6704, Avery Fennell, Facebook. I love all. God is the ultimate judger, person that judges. What you do is none of my damn business. But if you can see to where I might be able to be a voice of reason, to be able to motivate you through triggers, I'm that dude. Let me be that guy. Now with me, it started off all in the closet. So there's a lot of people right now in the closet, trust me. Play this, share this with those people that you feel like are in the closet about their drug use. But I'm going to tell you right now, man, drug use is an experience. That is it. It is never meant for you to lose your life. It is never meant for you to go and get somebody else addicted. Drugs is your personal battle. Drugs is your personal experience. Drugs was my personal battle. Drugs was my personal experience. Now, what I've found through that crazy effed up experience was that it ruined everything around me. So you're lying to yourself if you feel like while being in the closets is okay with you, but moving forward, it's going to ruin everything around you. There is no way, especially a hard drug like meth, that you will be able to enjoy that in the closet by yourself. Soon after using that drug, the world will know your actions, your selfishness, all of that will maximize times a billion. And then you'll somehow have this defense mental mechanism to think that everybody else is tripping and you're the one that's right, And with me, I became addicted, and this is going to sound crazy, but I feel like it was a divine. And then really, I believe most addictions or most people that come subject to drugs to want to try it even is divine. How do you, other than educating a child to not do that, or segregating or keeping a child away from drug use, or even that anywhere remotely around it is probably your best chance. But at the end of the day, your child becomes an adult and they make their own damn choices. So then we're talking about divine, then parenting. We're looking at how well you parent, and if divine is going to go into your child's life and either make beauty and art or destruction. And thankfully, God was on my side, man. I've seen nothing but beauty from this addiction that I had kicked in the ass. I've met some great minds, great people that were torn and have been taken over by the drug. And society, it makes our choices so foggy with the distractions that it creates for us. And so it's easy to be overcome by those drugs, man. I was thankfully not, man. And like I said, it's all that started from just being in the goddamn closet. Use it as an experience and get the hell out, right? Why it's in the closet? Because it will ruin everything around you. From your wife, if you have one, your girlfriend, if you have one, your personal relationships with your kids, your work ethic and habits. It's nothing but doom. And if you're not spiritually grounded, good luck. Honestly, man, without my higher power, our creator in heaven or all around us, everything, God, Allah, whatever you want to call it, my daddy real. That is my daddy. That's your daddy. Daddy guided me through those situations of drug use. Because, boy, I was in it. Tweaking. Shoom. climbing up walls and I was laying on the ground. How you climb up a wall and you laying on the ground? And see, I can't do nothing but add humor to that, because if I really sit back and didn't provide any humor to that situation, I would be mad as shit. I'd be mad as shit thinking about pawning my kids' stuff for fucking drugs. Stealing shit from my family. Draining out bank accounts. That shit pisses me off thinking about it from a pissed off perspective. So I put a little humor behind it. It hurts knowing that you allowed yourself to give in to them circumstances. So I'll never get off my high horse. And those battling with addiction, those that whooped addiction's ass, don't. Will never step down off your high horse for nothing. No one. That is something I'll be proud of for the rest of my life, that battle, that win, that victory. I am a champion for the rest of my life. Tangibly and untangibly. Shouts out to 2007 Mesa Valley of the Sun Bowl team. My boy Jay Hall and Dunk. Kev. I've been in contact with some of my teammates from that year now, man, and we all are doing our own thug thizzle. But yeah, man, the drug thing, man, baby, I'm with you on that. Straight up. I ain't got no money. Things will get greater later. But kick that shit in the ass, man. It's only been an experience for you. It's no longer your life. It's no longer you working for the drug. But now, man, I'm awake. I feel it's nothing to be. Excuse me. Please don't take that as me bragging or being condescending or whatever. That I'm awake, and let's go. Let's go, right? Where's everybody at? Then, you're on that, let's go. Let me right my wrongs, let's do this. I want to do that positive. And I was talking to him, shouts out to my boy Keith. I was talking to my boy Keith Butler, man. He just got out. Oh, man. And Naughty, that's somebody not to play with. Naughty is somebody not to play with. But, man, is his brother grown? His mind, his ideas. He's excited, and his feet are running. He's ready to go, And so now we're boiling things down to the resources and what direction are we headed. This is a brother that's getting out, looking at 80-something years. Did, I think, 10 or 15 or 5, I think, something like that. Never mind that he was in the big house, And this is a brother not to fuck with. Pardon my French. This is someone you do not want to freak with. But he's righteous. He's on a righteous path. So now we need to look at the resources, right? What do we have for brother to grow? He wants to, continue his master welding. If you could share this with anybody that has resource hub set up, my boy Keith Butler, man, he is motivated and ready to go. I believe he has a lot of his welding experience in check, but he wants to become a master welder. Please share this. Let's get this brother home, man. Like, low-key, he had me in tears how he was talking to me. Low-key, I had chills going down my arm the way that he was talking to me the other night. And like I said, this is a goon. People where I'm from know Naughty not to be messed with. But he wants to transition his life. And that's fair. He's done his work. He's put in his time. It shouldn't be hard for brother to find what he needs to do to move forward, to right his wrongs, to be more involved with his children. But again, resources, you know what I mean? I don't know if I don't know if he was in a drug addiction or if it was business or whatever it was, but I don't know where he's at on that level. But anybody looking for a way out and trying to help from a long long road, that should be easy. That should be easy for anybody that wants a way out. We make it so difficult with our own peers hating on one another that want a way out, or the resources aren't there. I know some religious institutions will still frown upon you coming in bearing an addiction. So where's one to go? You know what I mean? And that's what's going to take the look on. That's what's going to take an effort from all of us to look within, to realize these are resources that should be automatic for anybody who want out. We need to awaken to a point where our peers, we're not hating on one another. Like, if you think about it, you got about 2 or 3 homeboys and you know about 100 people each. So, 98 bitch ass people. And we cool with that. We cool with walking around knowing that 98% of the people we know are bitch ass. They're full of bitch assness. Because we don't deal with them. That's a you effort right there. I know I ain't bitch ass. I know I don't hate. I know I don't steal people. I know I don't. That's. And I still need to look. You know what I'm saying? So do you. So that's bitterness right there. And we talked about that. You need to look at the bitch assness that's inside of you. Share this with anybody you know that is full of bitch assness and they don't see it. You need to feel that, oh shit, your heartbeat. You need to have that slight little bit of sweat. You need to have that uncomfortable feet movement, because you need to question that to see if it's true, or if you need to be like, am I a bitch ass? Nigga, you need to be, am I a bitch? Am I a bitch to other people? Do I hate them? And you need to. If you can't do that, then what are you doing any of your daily day-to-day efforts for? You going to work a bitch assness. You coming off of bitch assness. You got to check a bitch assness. You fresh and clean with bitch assness. You doing all that for nothing if you can't look inside and see if you're full of bitch assness. So share this, please. If you know anybody that has their life in order, but they still a bitch, send it to them. Send this to them. Everybody needs to have that daily dose of, am I a bitch? Am I rude to people? Do I give a hell about Mother Nature? Because that's a part of bitch assness too. Straight up. Throwing trash out the window. You a bitch for that. I'm just going up. And I'm going to move away from that. I just want to kind of remind, we need to kind to look at those you factors. And then you say, why, right? Because humanity depends on the 80s, baby. We're in a time to where we're generationally transitioning power to the next generation, like right before our eyes right now. That's monumental, and people are just full of bitch assness. But now is the time to be able to implement legacy. Like, what you create here can be created beyond. It takes a thinking of the mind, rewiring of the mind, filtering out the bitch assness, getting rid of bitterness, dude. Because that's what's gonna keep us back. It's no longer what can you create. What's the next? You ain't gonna create a new bike that's gonna sell and create a legacy. You're not gonna create a new flower or a new head shop or a new dispensary that's gonna create a legacy. You're not gonna create a legacy off of anything that's for the flesh, if that makes any sense. At this point of the universe, you have to go dig. You have to dig deep, and what's the new wave is going to be shit from the brain, not the tangible. While the tangible is something that will monetize that sustainability effort of ingenuity, if that makes any sense at all. While some of the industrial age businesses and industries will be required to achieve that ultimate sustainability effort. So we will use gas for transportation and logistics. But we'll use fossil fuels for that. But some point in time, it will fade away. And you can really kind of take that fact and look at that and apply it to life even. I can't continue on smoking 10 packs of cigarettes a day if I'm going to live another 10 years. I couldn't, if I would have kept smoking 100 bowls a night, I'd have a heart attack by next week. So that's what I mean by the sustainability thing. A heart attack, jumping off of buildings by next week. Stealing bread from Walmart, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be in jail if I continued to steal bread from Walmart. Like, so it's dumb, really. I'm well over 20 minutes, man. All this takes a boss to look. I'm out.